All right, let's talk about a big one. Saving your first $100,000. I know, it sounds like a huge, ambitious goal, but there's actually a step-by-step game plan that can get you there, even if you're starting from scratch. So let's break it all down. Now, I get it. Seeing that number on the screen, it can feel a little intimidating, right? Maybe even impossible. But here's the thing about any big goal. It becomes totally achievable once you break it down into a clear, manageable process. And that is exactly what we're going to do right now. And this quote right here is what it's all about. This isn't some far-off, distant dream. The path is actually super clear. And the steps are things you can do this second this is over. Think of what you're about to see as your own personal map to the summit. You know, every great climb starts with a solid, reliable base camp. So our first stage is all about building that foundation for success. It's about getting the fundamentals right so that everything else we do from here on out has a much, much bigger impact. First things first, we need to make this goal feel real. So let's set a 3-year timeline. When you do that, the big number breaks down into about $2,777 a month, or $641 a week, or just $91 a day. Suddenly, the goal isn't one huge mountain, it's just a series of smaller daily decisions. And don't worry, we're going to find some awesome shortcuts to make hitting these numbers even easier. Okay, listen up, because this is absolutely crucial. The single most important factor for your success is starting right now. You know that initial spark of excitement you feel about a new goal? That's your biggest asset. You have to capture that energy and turn it into a habit, and you'll be way more likely to stick with it. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just start today. And your first action item is this: set up a budget. Seriously, this is your most essential tool. It's like turning on the lights in a dark room. For the very first time, you'll see exactly where every single dollar is going. And that is the key to pinpointing where you can start to save. Okay, so our foundation is set. Let's move to stage 2 and build on that, mastering your spending. This is where we go from just planning to actively managing your money in a way that's going to totally accelerate your progress. And this is where it gets really interesting. Those small, kind of harmless expenses, well, they add up incredibly fast. Believe it or not, the average American spends over $18,000 a year on non-essentials. Just look at the breakdown here. Eating out is a huge chunk of that. Now, this isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about seeing the massive opportunity for savings that's hiding in your daily habits. So here's a powerful little mind trick to capture those savings. See, most people spend their money first, and then they try to save whatever's left over at the end of the month. The pay yourself first method flips that completely. The moment your paycheck hits your account, an automatic transfer moves your savings goal out of sight into a savings account. Then, you're free to spend whatever's left. You're prioritizing your future self before anything else. It's a game changer. And this slide shows you exactly why that method is so important. It's because of a trap called lifestyle inflation. Just notice how as the income goes up, the spending rate often stays exactly the same. So without a conscious plan to save any new money you make, you can end up earning a lot more, but having nothing extra to show for it. And if you need proof, get this. A full 35% of people earning $200,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. That's the exact same percentage as people earning $50,000. This proves, for most of us, this isn't an income problem, it's a spending problem. All right, let's keep climbing. Now that we understand the psychology behind spending, let's get tactical. In stage 3, we're going to hunt for the big wins, the hidden savings that are lurking in the largest parts of your budget. These 6 categories are where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. If you can find savings in housing, transportation, taxes, food, debt, and clothing, you're not just saving a few dollars here and there. You're potentially saving hundreds or even thousands every single month. Let's just take transportation as a perfect example. The average new car payment is over $750 a month. I mean, just imagine what you could do with that money. By making one single strategic choice, like driving a more affordable, reliable car, you could free up a massive portion of your savings goal month after month. So, you're saving more, you're spending smarter. Now it is time to hit the accelerator. In stage 4, we're going to look at the pro-level strategies that can dramatically speed up your journey to that $100,000 milestone. So far, we've focused almost entirely on saving. But that's only one side of the equation. The other side is earning more. The 3 most effective ways to do that are to advance in your current role, switch jobs for a nice pay increase, or pick up a side hustle. Earning just an extra few $100s a month can completely change your savings rate. But there's another level to this. The ultimate accelerator that puts your money to work for you even when you're sleeping. And that, my friends, is investing. I mean, just look at how powerful this is. To save $100,000 in 3 years all by yourself, you need to put away about $2,777 a month. But with an average market return, that number drops to $2,450. Now, if you extend the timeline to 6 years, the power of compounding means you only need to save just over $1,000 a month. Investing is literally doing the heavy lifting for you. So, we've made it. We followed the map, put in the work, and we reached our goal. But what happens next? Well, this final stage is all about understanding why that first $100,000 is so incredibly important for your future. Because here's the secret. The first $100,000 is by far the hardest. After that, your money starts to build its own momentum. If you took that first $100K, didn't add another penny to it, and just let it grow with an average 8% market return for 30 years, it could become $1 million. The legendary investor Charlie Munger said it perfectly. Once you build that initial base, the incredible power of compounding takes over, and your net worth just begins to grow exponentially. That is the real reward for all the hard work it takes to get to that first summit. So we have laid out the entire path from the base camp of budgeting all the way to the summit of your first $100,000 and the incredible view beyond. The map is in your hands. The only question left is, when are you going to take that first step?